Hello guys, welcome to my first Fnaf related, actually wait, is this? I don't know, I probably made some other Fnaf related video, I don't know, probably my first. Anyways, I wanted to talk about a thing that happened a while ago. I remember a specific YouTuber talking about it, in fact, I believe. Yeah, my audio's off. Anyway, so I remember a YouTuber by the name of Anya talking about this a while ago. Don't worry, I'll get music in a bit. I had to reset a certain thing because it just decided not to work. Anyway, so oh what oh no. So remember the whole bears argument a while ago? The billion bears versus the FNAF characters debate. I wanted to add on to this and change a couple things about it because why not? So now we're here. I have made a V tree. Anyway, so yeah. So first of all, I should probably discuss the rules, which probably won't be changed from Anya's, to be honest. Probably similar rules. So yeah, don't expect much difference. Besides a couple things, such as the place that this fight takes place in, because for Anya, it's just basically the equivalent to a Minecraft super flat world. You know, no you know, well, I mean, besides a forest, I presume, and a river with infinite summon. That's basically all the bears get. Anyway, so basically what I wanted to do is add on to this. Instead of making it a super flat world, what if it took place within a forest? I think it was my mute. Okay, now I'm gonna get the music in a second. What if it took place in a forest, like a forest themed super flat world, I guess. There's trees and there's rivers. So basically the bears have home turf advantage, if you get my drift. And by that logic, there's basically a couple things the animatronics must avoid, in this terrain. Because, there's rivers and trees and stuff, which I guess can somewhat help some of the FNAF characters. But, for the most part, it'll likely hurt them, because they got traverse water. And, animatronics don't like getting wet. Well, at least some of them don't like getting wet. Like, the Springlock dudes. They don't like, they don't like the water, let's just say that. The water isn't too nice to them. If you've seen the FNAF 3 ending, you know what I'm talking about. And mind you, that was just one drop, so imagine Spring Bonnie just falling into a river. Just imagine that. So yeah, there's a couple of things that the animatronics have to worry about, besides the billion bears on the field themselves. Speaking of which, we'll be keeping the bears, specifically, grizzly bears. I think that was the original idea for Anya's video anyway. So we're gonna have these guys. And based off this image we are presented, or I am presenting, we can analyze the bear. I probably pull up a bear diagram, so that way we know what the animatronics are facing against. So I'll pull up one in a second. But from this image alone, you can see they have a funny tool called a claw. And these claws can be quite devastating, especially if you've seen or experienced, sadly, these bears when they're aggressive. Oh yeah, and also not to mention their bite force, which I don't want to really do any calculations here, but these bears are pretty lethal, They're bears. Mind you, it's a bear. It's not the actually no pandas can. I don't know about pandas. Kung Fu Panda, but anyway, yeah, these are bears. I'm gonna look up a couple things about bears to see if they have any weaknesses. Because according to an AI, they have several weaknesses, which include the climate change, which I think this will be unrelated to this topic, but okay. Habitat loss. Now I can see where this comes into effect because there's a couple characters that are could be lethal to the forest, which I'm gonna just find one in just a second. Actually, wait, but first, let's just read the rest. There's no human. So we feature, well, I guess it is every animatronic that's being featured, so we'll feature every human. But I don't think they're gonna last. Trust me, I think it just takes like one smack or bite and they're down for the count. It's like, hey, what's Henry gonna do? He's gonna build a location? I mean, he'll make a wooden location. Poor turning ability. Start insular bodies makes them overheat during chases. Huh, bears can overheat. That's interesting. So they can't rotate as fast. But then again, I don't think much Amtrons can do that. Maybe. I don't know what that means. Okay, well that's it. They cannot match the algae. Okay, you guys can go make do with whatever that means. So yeah, there's a couple characters that for the Fnaf cast, and this is in a forest, mind you, and I don't think the bears are quite firefighters. So there's just a couple characters that could probably just set the thing ablaze, like that one scene from Crudes, if you get my drift. Just lose it in the tall grass. That one. And there's another character in particular besides this Springtrap on fire, which I want to find. Yeah, this guy who has a literal flamethrower for a hand. Now, I don't know how well bears do, but if they can overheat, and if that can just be forced by characters, I don't know what that means. I don't know, man. So, yeah, we're basically going to be fighting in FNAF 3. A burning... Actually, no, FNAF... yeah, FNAF 3 burned down, but so did FNAF 6, so... Meh. We'll be fighting in a... Basically, a place that'll be set ablaze. The only characters that probably won't be affected by this are... the ghost. Anyone in water, basically. If we are playing Minecraft logic. And, basically, the Phantoms, and probably the Jackos, and Flaming Springtrap, because he's special. That's why. Oh yeah, and Springtrap isn't just a... Springtrap, he has at least 3 phases. He's got Springtrap, he's got Scrap Trap, or Jimmy Neutron, or, and we got Burnt... Yeah, Burnt Trap's debatable. The whole Mimic thing's kind of, you know, turn that argument upside down, I suppose. What images do we got here? Nice. So yeah, this guy's just gonna burn down the forest. Likely. Don't worry, this is a game, not real life. Well, technically, it's not really a game. For them, it's real life. So yeah, so let's just see a couple of things. So besides these guys probably causing some environment damage, will the animatronics stand up against a billion bears? I'll find out. So the majority of the cast, like this dude, Helpy, they're not gonna do much. Like, you think this... Oh yeah, for context, this guy's very small. Though he looks very big in this image, but he's very small. You think this guy can take on at least one bear? I don't know what to say to you. I just don't. What makes you think this guy is gonna do much? Besides his buff counterpart that is technically canon in 2 ways. Yeah. I don't think he's gonna do much. I saw the cursed art. Nah! What if there was... So yeah, majority of the cast isn't really gonna do much, to say the least. Like, I mean, at max, like Freddy, Bonnie, some characters might be able to take on at least 1 bear at max. Someone went bankrupt. But at most, they're not gonna take on at least 100. Besides a couple like special characters or something like Stitch Raff where they just touch somebody and they die. But at the end of the day, they just might get overwhelmed, you know, if you catch my drift. So that's kind of the main weakness for the majority of the animatronics is they don't really have numbers. Well, they actually gained a couple numbers as of recent times. Such as Mexis. I don't know how you would logically work in the context of this battle, because I don't think bears are going to be wearing VR headsets. It's a weird vision. But, well, actually, wait, they do in FNAF. There's VR Toy Freddy. But, yeah. Okay, I guess another rule I will add. There's a couple new rules. New things I will add. For one, the nightmares. Since a lot of people mention these guys don't really exist, for the context of this fight, they will exist. Because I said so. And therefore, they'll probably take on at least 2 or 3 bears before going down. And, yeah, there's also infinite salmon on the bear side. Just wanted to point that out. That's why there's rivers. That's where the fish are. And also why rivers exist, I suppose. It's the bear's income of food. Think of it as like a mob spawner or some kind. Anyway, so, yeah, Mexis is here. If you think the Saturn characters are going to do anything, I don't know. Maybe, like, I don't know, Saturn Monty. Let me just find him real quick. I think it's called Ruined Monty. Well, I mean, this Monty, I mean, he's better than Saturn, but just look at him. Besides him floating in this image, which I don't think he's logically able to do, he crawls, and he luckily just gets stepped on. So, yeah, he's like, help me. Well, he's, I don't know. Well, I mean, look up the other image. I have found him. Yeah, if you think this thing is gonna do anything on the field, then yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of characters that don't seem to be able to do much in this fight. Also just realized I have to be doing it from this perspective. There we go. That way it's not flipped. Whoops. But yeah, a lot of the characters, like the wizards, aren't likely going to do much. But there's, well, actually, I kind of take that back. So there's a couple ways the Amtronics will win. I just wanted to point that out that the Bears aren't winning this despite there being a billion of them. I'm going to go a terminal montage route if you've seen his Pokemon Battle Royales. And this will be applied for mostly a certain cast of individuals, which is... Actually, wait, before that, let me just mention one way the Amtronics can just win the lame way. It's because of these guys, the Phantoms. As mentioned by Anya, but kind of not, also. Yeah, there you go. These guys are going to be the main reason why FNAF wins. Now, I didn't mention there is infinite salmon for the bears. So, they're not going to, become cannibals like Anya mentioned. But there's another thing that will get them, and that is their, that is the lifespan of bears, where they only last for 20 to 25 years, specifically in the wild. And our bears are in the wild, technically. They're in a giant forest. So basically all that means is the Phantoms just need to exist for 20 to 25 years somehow. And yeah, that kind of just solidifies their win. Man, it's very hard to kill something that's immortal, huh? So yeah, the Phantoms can just easily outlive these dudes. But I don't think they'll need to, because I feel like they can kill them all. And now for the main reason why they're losing is because of because of a certain cast of individuals from a certain game. Oh yeah, I'm also playing the peak power bit. Forgot to mention that to start. Oops. And that's kind of the main reason. And that cast is Fnaf World. They're kind of the main reason why the Bears lose. Because for starters, thanks to peak power, they have infinite health. And this doesn't just apply to them. It applies to the enemies as well, which I'll just show you how much damage these guys can do with broken I mean, first of all, they don't have a level cap, and I don't think their HP has a cap either. So that means they can just go into the billions, quadrillions of HP, which yeah, very hard to hurt. Very hard to hit something that's immortal. Very hard to kill something that's immortal, huh? And it's not just their HP that gets changed. It's their DP output as well. And let's just say they can reach the 99999 amounts of damage. It doesn't just apply to them, no. It applies to the enemies as well. The amount of pausing I have to do this video is crazy. Yeah, they can just do... the enemies can just straight up just touch you, and they do this amount of damage. Oh yeah, this is from Domino's Pizza. No, it's from actual Spiff. Go watch this video. So yeah, they can just do this amount of damage. Yeah. This amount of damage. This amount of money. This amount of damage. Besides that, there's a lot of things that FNAF World has that kind of makes them broken as is, such as their moves. There's a couple moves in here which, when used, can just straight up break the game. Well, it doesn't really break the game, but pretty powerful, as you can tell by the character I'm trying to look at here. It's seen in this high quality image. This purple bear is one of 11 of the characters in FNAF World with a certain move, which is the equivalent, according to the context of this battle, of a Thanos snap. And that move is... it's called Escape Key, which technically in normal FNAF World turns would just hit 4 enemies with a chance to insta-kill them. But since I'm applying terminal montage rules, hit all moves are gonna act differently. And Escape Key is one of those moves where it can just affect every bear on the field. No, originally I thought only 3 characters had this move. Such as, well, I thought 2 had this move. Wizard Freddy and South Freddy, but no, Marionette has this too. And, since they have infinite health, they can just keep spamming this all willy-nilly they want. Also, I just realized I forgot to put the music on. Oh well, a musicless video. Anyway, yeah, so not only can he just 3 of them have the ability to just stand snap, it's not just 3. There's a couple enemies and bosses with the move as well, which I forgot existed. So we have Black Trap, Tangle, Jangle. Is Jangle from Fnaf? Oh yeah, that's the pixel enemy. Neon something goon. P-goon. Super Snow Cone, Super Goon, and Chipper's Revenge. Okay, so like 4 bosses have this and 4 enemies have this. So 4 bosses, 4 enemies, and 3 characters. 8 plus 3 is indeed 11, and yeah. They can just spam this all they want, mind you. There's nothing holding them back. There's no restrictions. You know, there's technically cooldown, but it lasts for like 3 to 5 seconds according to the context of this battle. This isn't the only move that's broken. There's gift boxes, which as seen here, they bring people back to life. Even if the bears do kill a FNAF World character, they can just get brought back with the instant of a gift box. Of just 1 gift box. 1 touch. And they're back to life. So all that progress is just gone down the drain. Oh yeah, mind you, there's 4 characters with this move, and I don't think there's any enemies with it, so no surprises there. And mind you, one of these characters is a literal coffee machine. So yes. Logic. Oh yeah, and also another thing for the bears with the whole agony debate. I'm not gonna implement that for the bears. But bears becoming ghosts, it's just too convoluted. And a bit of a stretch, but yeah. Actually, no, that's like agony or something. Yeah, it's too complicated. It's Remnant, but that's not Remnant. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not an expert FNAF person, but I have a feeling if agony were going around in the FNAF world, it would, like, you know, regularly, and it would give, well, to be fair, these are real life bears, not FNAF bears. If this were a thing in FNAF, I feel like the bears wouldn't have gone extinct as easily. There would have been some zombie bears on the loose. FNAF, but in a zombie apocalypse timeline. This reminds me of an image. Wait, let me find it. Poll of the zombie apocalypse timeline. Bonnie gets a gun. It's like pretty hard to see. He has it, I swear. It's there. Let me try to get a better image. Okay, literally the second after is more perfect. Glenmark Freddy's infected. They must... And doesn't know that his microphone's just making him stick out. But yeah, this is unrelated, but... Yeah, I feel like this is what would have happened to FNAF AR. They just give all the animatronics guns. This is just funny. By the end of the day, that's just speculation. So yeah, not really sure about... Okay, what was I gonna talk about? I forgot. About the, oh yeah, gift boxes. I will make it, since, you know, it's a hit all move, technically. It hits all their party members. Burb. But, for the context of this fight, I'll make it so they only spawn 5 gift boxes. There's 4 doesn't... Man, the haters will hate. I'll make it so they spawn 4. 4 gift boxes. So, yeah. Also, not really a part of a party. You know, because it's not like Pokemon, where there's going to be, like, a party team of 6, but one's allowed out at a time. Or 1 at a time. No, all these guys are just on the field. It's like they're all their own party, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of the idea of this battle, I suppose. You get my drift. So yeah, the gift boxes. Okay, wait, let me. So I had a brainstorm, and I just remembered more FNAF World related stuff that causes them to win. So, for starters, one of their characters. Oh wait, let me just go off the moves. Mike Toss is just a straight up insta kill. What else do we have? Mike Toss. Oh yeah, Pizza Wheel. Why is it so hard for me to think of FNAF World moves? There's Pizza Wheel, which is like saw blades going through the ground. Except they probably get stopped by trees or fall into the river. So that's kind of what... That's that.